Testing. 1, 2, 3. Mic check. 1, 2, 1, 2. Gotta love technical difficulties, you guys. Oh, there you go. I just heard something kick in. There it is. It's a little low. Oh, there it is. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, the computers should be hooked up, but you gotta fucking redo it.
Man.
Crazy, man. Oh, man. Somebody coming in here, they gonna fucking
Oh, shit.
Man, we need some capital.
Man, fuck.
Tim got it too, nigga.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Let's check YouTube. YouTube, how you doing over there? You got me? Anything? Testing YouTube. Testing 1, 2 YouTube. We streaming live. GMP Podcast Studios, man. We trying to get it. I don't hear nothing on YouTube. Facebook was working. Come on, YouTube. Talk to me. How's that possible? Oh, that's way behind. Let me shut it. Let me go back. Oh, there it is. Hello. Oh, yeah. Oh, there it is. There it is. All right. That works. Okay. That works. All right. All right. Let's go back to the Instagram Live. What's that? The room? Yeah. If I can knock the wall down. So we can knock the wall down. Uh-huh. Yeah. This wasn't built for that, huh? Yes, sir.
Brother, I'm trying not to throw in the towel on this.
boy. Damn. Technical difficulties. We back live. Well, I had a whole hour planned, but shit happens. Now we're just gonna wait on the guests and just get into it and see. See what we got. Oh, did I put my questions on here? Oh, I did. Okay, cool. Damn. Oh boy, yes sir. It's your boy, Naeem Hall, Thorn City Podcast Guy. It's the Spotlight Show. Saturday Night Live. Coming to you from GMP Podcast Studios. Right here at 2406 East Burnside Street in Portland, Oregon. It's the Be Seen, Be Heard podcast experience. Sponsored by GMP Podcast Group, Portland's #1 podcast studio. If you know, you know. Before we get into it, I need everybody to smash that subscribe button. I thought I heard the door. Smash that subscribe button on YouTube. The Thorn City Spotlight Show. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Trying to get this thing moving. Like I said, we had some technical difficulties, so calling the Peyton Manning audible, and we're just gonna wait on the guests and see what happens. I was gonna get into the rebrand. Well, he ain't here, so I'll just talk about a little bit of rebrand. So I rebranded the show. It was the Thorn City Syndicate Spotlight Show. Now we just the Thorn City Spotlight Show. Still about the power of networking and forming strategic alliances, but now I'm just using this really as my content creation session. So I'm just here to create content for my YouTube page, really, basically, and give some brand visibility to my guests. It's all about the visibility. If you ain't visible, can't nobody see you. So that's what that is. Also, kind of rebranding myself in a sense. I went with the Thorn City Podcast Guy. That's still me, but I was told I need to just be me, Naeem Hall. So it's Naeem Hall, the Thorn City Podcast Guy. Damn loud ass motorcycles. God damn. So I had a chance to sit down with my guy Jamal Lane over at CBI. What is that? Champions Barber Institute. They got a new business program they're launching called oh, my camera moved. Strictly Business. So I got to meet with him and his wife, Mr. and Mrs. Lane. And we sat down and we just had a learning session. Basically, they wanted to learn about me, so we did a SWOT analysis. Then what does that mean? SWOT is the strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. So that's what we did. We sat down and they gave me some feedback on what I should do, and so I'm gonna enter that into my rebrand. And so, along with the Spotlight Show, I'm gonna go ahead and be updating my website, Thorn City. And it's really all about, like I said, brand visibility, being visible. got a marketing and advertising platform that I've been plotting on for years. So I think I'll be getting into that. I heard the door, so I think my guy's coming up. See if I can catch him. Oh, damn it, my glasses ain't on. Son of a bitch. My guy, what's up with you, brother? Good, how are you? Yes, sir. Appreciate you coming. That's my business partner, Justin. Justin, yeah. That's Jermaine. Oh, shit, right on, brother. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. What you got there? That's the first. Oh, that was the winner. Oh. Oh, yeah. Nice. Oh, yeah. Man.
We just got
Featured in that?
in the magazine.
Yeah, that's dope.
Store, so it's a nice little article.
Yeah, that's tight. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's tight. Okay, right on. Yeah. Man. So let's get you. Yeah, man, let's get you mic'd up here, man. Just slip this inside. And then just might be best just connect it to your strings there. Here, let's see. No, just this here. Let's see. Here. Then let's do it like this. Actually, let's do this side. Oh, wait, pull that through some more. Pull the bottom down. Yeah. There we go. Let's just connect this here. That should work. Can you hear him, brother? Oh, did we turn it on? Make sure I turned it on. On the piece you stuck through, the big piece. Yeah. Is the light on? Yep. Okay.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me a little bit? Go ahead.
Yep.
Yeah.
You said you got stuck by the train?
Man.
Right on 12th?
Not coming off the freeway.
Off the freeway. Oh, damn.
I thought I was gonna be able to dip around and beat it. No, you gotta. Ain't no beating it right there. You gotta.
Nope.
I said I'm gonna just sit and wait. It was and it can end up
Yeah.
getting through, man. With them trains, bro.
Man, I need to it should be like a mile away. It should be something to tell you. It's a train a mile. In a mile, there's a train.
Man, it most definitely should. All the shit now, it should easily warn you.
Yeah.
You know.
Man, that's crazy.
Yes, sir. How long you been over here?
We've been here almost 6 years.
Almost 6?
Almost 6 years in a couple weeks. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh.
6 years in a couple weeks. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, man, I appreciate it. I've been patiently waiting.
Yeah.
trying to get it all together, man.
Man. So what's happened? I had some technical difficulties earlier. Because like I said, I'm doing this. This is my new thing, my live stream from 8 to 10.
Okay.
So from 8 to 9, I was gonna talk about some shit just by myself, and then I have my guests come in at 9, and then I talk to my guests. But I got a call to Peyton Manning Audible.
Get that audio right.
Yes. Let's see. So I'm gonna do my intro. And then I'll just talk about what we're gonna talk. I'll introduce you, and then I'll play my video intro that'll go into the stream, and then we'll just get right into the interview.
Yes, sir.
You done podcasts? You've done some podcast interviews before, huh? No.
No.
First one?
Yeah.
Oh shit! Damn.
First one. First one.
How long you been over there on 33rd?
Man, it's just our second year.
Second year?
Yeah, we opened last year. Grand opening was last February on Hump Day. I mean, on February 29th.
Got your niece in there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got my niece in there. Her other uncle Reg in there.
Okay.
I got Lamar Porter in there now.
I see Lamar said he was going to be working in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Had to get some Portland in there, you know, like
Portland,
a little,
yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Some real Portland in there real quick. But nah, it's, yeah, so, you know, I got that, and then I do production and processing.
Yeah, you
So I
do
got
all 3 of them.
got 3 licenses.
Uh-huh.
So we trying to make it work, man. You know.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Good little situation.
Yeah. Let's see. Back to the top of this thing. Here we
You
go.
still live, bro?
Still live? Yeah, we just leave it live. Yep. Yep.
Nice little area too. You know, Matador next
Oh
door.
man, yeah, the summertime it'd be popping over here
Man.
between Matador and Screen Door.
Yeah.
Man, yeah, it'd be work. Good.
Yeah, this is kind of like settled. Be sitting kind of the way you're sitting.
Yeah, only thing I'll do is I'll reach up and mess with this, and I'll get back.
Okay.
Yeah.
Adjust this here.
Okay. Homebound Lester, what's up, family? Just getting started, man. I had some technical difficulties, man. That's what you gotta love about live production. That's why no one does live, because shit goes wrong and it just go wrong, and ain't nothing you can do about it.
Nothing you can do about it. Gotta deal with it. Gotta deal with it.
But it's not. It's a live show, but it's really, like I said, it's give me a chance to create content, so I can use shit to post later, and then I'll actually go through and cut some stuff out and put together like a straight episode.
Right, edit
you know
it.
what I'm saying? A straight episode where it
Make
just,
it make sense.
yeah, make it make sense. It'll be straight to we got the live. I have to do something different, man. As the podcasting is beginning, everybody's doing podcasting now, you know. So
Yeah.
got to do something different sometimes. So
Yeah.
that's where we at, man. That's the live.
Different is the key if you can get it right for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
Good.
Good.
Yeah. We're good there. And then, let me see.
And then production is just always so much shit, and we got shit on shit. Man.
Yeah.
We got the two-man operation.
As
running.
always, yes, sir.
You know, I look up these other podcasts, and they got 10, 15, 20 people on the staff.
Yeah. Yeah.
But they got it like that.
A lot of hands gotta be
You know,
involved.
So
Yeah, you gotta make do with what you can
you
make
gotta
do.
do what you got to do, man.
Trust me,
So
I know all
let's do
too
it.
well, man.
Yeah.
All too well. All too well.
It ain't no fun.
Yeah. You speaking my language, bro. I'm telling you. I know what it is.
It's just work.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. That's what it is.
How do you not burn out?
Yeah.
Man,
Questions?
we I think we built different.
Man,
Gotta be.
you gotta be. That's the only answer.
Gotta be.
Could have been easy to throw in the towel months ago,
Yeah.
but you know, well, you can't give up before it happens. Gotta keep fighting the good fight.
Yeah.
It's tough.
Definitely. I know
Oh,
exactly
shit.
what you mean, man. Even though I'm in this industry, they walk the same lines as the work that's needed.
Mhm. Bam, bam, bam. That's it. Instagram Live. If y'all ain't, go tune in to YouTube, Thorn City Spotlight, if you want to see the production. We got a couple different camera angles. You only seeing me. I got my guest, Jermaine Thompson, in here. The Highest Xpectations at THX 33rd in Alberta, man. Go get your cannabis fixed over there.
Get right. It's for the community.
Yeah.
Okay, you good, brother?
We good? Yes, sir. Let's say. Get my intro. Let's see what I say. Yes, sir. It's your boy, Naeem Hall, the Thorn City podcast guy. It's the Spotlight Show, Saturday Night Live, coming to you from GMP Podcast Studios, right here at 2406 East Burnside Street. It's the Be Seen, Be Heard podcast experience, sponsored by GMP Podcast Group. If you know, you know. Man, before I get into it, this has always been my toughest part for YouTube. You got to tell the people, man. Go subscribe, subscribe. I hate begging for subscribers and likes, but you got to do it.
Gotta do it.
It's part of it. So y'all go smash that subscribe button. Share. with a friend. With my guy Season say tap in on the tap in, man, and tell a friend to tell a friend, man.
Sir.
I got my guy Jermaine Thompson in here today. THX on 33rd at THX 33rd, the Highest Xpectations. How you doing, brother?
Good, man.
Good,
Good.
man. We're gonna get into it. We're gonna get into his story, how he got into the cannabis industry, and what he got going on. Let's see if I can drop this intro, brother. Yes, sir. We back at it. But yeah, I was telling Jermaine, my guy, Third, man, it was a long weekend. What was this? Well, yeah, last weekend. My guy, my best friend, Third, he got married. And it was tight because I don't know if you know how I got into this, but my guy Roy was doing really bad, man. He was on the pills and alcohol really bad. You know, he did music growing up, and
Yeah.
I selfishly wanted my own Third Twin album. And so I told him, man, let's get in the studio. I got some studio time I pay for. Let's get in the studio, man, and do some music. And so shortly after we got into that, I'm like, man, this can help my boy get back, you know, get his life back together.
That's what's up.
Man, and so like I said, we recorded some songs. We traveled. We did some shows. Needed a music video. And my guy, Mike Harrison over at Complus, who signed Roy when he was 14, I hit him up when I needed a music video, and he introduced me to Justin.
Okay.
So we shot a couple videos. We did one video called Honesty. We actually, you know, put a budget together and hired a real crew, and man, it was really dope. We entered that video into some film festivals, and we won a few awards. So we got to travel in some film festivals and got to go to New York, the Hip Hop Film Festival. They played our video. They cheated us out of the award, I think, because I watched the other videos and I think ours was better than them. But you know, it's politics involved.
Politicalism. Took the words out my mouth, man. Yeah,
it was tight to go into New York. We ran into.
Nah, he was talented. I mean, for sure.
We ran into my guy Mitchell.
Of course.
Yeah, he was out there. We randomly walked into a bar and there's Mitchell sitting down. Like, hey, man.
Wow. The chances of that in New York, though.
So that was tight, man.
And Portland always find a way to come together,
yep.
though. So
we got to meet a couple people out there, but yeah, it was dope, man. And so from the beginning, I've been filming, you know, just capturing stuff. And so I'm doing a documentary on Third.
Okay.
I'm doing a documentary on him. So the wedding was really the end cap of the story. You know what I'm saying? He was doing bad. We did music. We did shows. And he got right. He went and got clean after the Honesty music video. He disappeared, went and got clean, man. He's 8 years clean now. Like I said, he just got married. That was the end cap. So that's the end. That's kind of the end cap to the documentary. So now I got a few more interviews to do, and then we're going to really put it together, man. And so it's coming. And I got a full album that I've been holding. We put an EP out called Honesty. It's on all the streaming platforms. Y'all go check it out. But I will release the full album along with the documentary, man. And so COVID hit. Music stopped. My guy hit me up. He was living. His roommate was this guy named Tim James, who's a health coach, and he sells health supplements. His business wasn't doing good. So they started him a podcast. And so he started marketing, advertising, you know, his coaching and his products in the podcast. Man, talking about killing him. He took off. Skyrocketed, man. He's on 200, probably about 250th episode. He ain't missed a week. And so shout out to Tim James, man. He's
consistency is key.
Yeah, that's key.
Consistency is key.
Man, so what's going on with you, brother? The THX, man. How'd you get into the cannabis industry?
Man, it's a long but short story. My sister, our oldest sibling, Tammy Strickland, Tammy Goldsby, She
You
had
know
a,
what's crazy? I'm gonna stop real quick.
yeah.
For the longest, I didn't know Strickland Pat was your brother. I mean, for the longest,
That's
I knew
crazy.
both of y'all. I knew your other bros. I
Right.
knew everybody separately.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, no, yeah, me and Jimmy the only Thompsons, our whole family.
Only
Stricklands
Thompsons,
and
yeah.
Sims and Stricklands is our family. We the only, I mean, we're the only Thompsons in the Strickland family
Yeah.
and Sims family, but got some brothers on,
Yeah,
on
I
the
had no
Thompson
clue. So,
side.
man, shout out to my guy Strick. He retired now. He can't yell at me from the
Yeah.
sidelines no more.
Yeah. So yeah, um, so I started growing basically for her. She became my first medical patient. Her husband and my mom and my big Strick became my medical patient. So I turned my house in Southwest Portland into a medical grow.
Oh, damn.
Started with my guy. I mean, and just kind of learned, how to grow. You know what I'm saying? Because we were in the game a little bit. You know what I'm saying? So we were trying to figure out what's the best routes to take. And then when Oregon hit recreational, I had an opportunity to jump into it. Just how I know it's cliche, man, but literally, the whole story is like a movie.
Yeah.
It's like a movie, man. Just from the if I gave you the real, it's
Yeah.
a you know what I'm saying, it's a real situation. But how
Yeah.
everything came together, I always believe that everything happened for a reason. I'm that type of person. You know what I'm saying? And I know a lot of people ain't that way, but I think a lot of that comes from my experiences in life. Only my experiences tell me a different story. You know what I'm saying? So, um,
So
then,
when you were already in the medical field growing before it even became recreational. So when you started, did you have any idea that it was going to be going recreational at some point?
you hear rumblings.
You hear
So
rumblings,
we and then being close to Colorado and then Washington. Colorado was first, then Washington. So being Oregon, we figured it was gonna come at some point. You know what I'm saying? Because medical been around for a minute. We had a couple medical only dispensaries, early on.
Yeah.
So we figured it was gonna hit. You know what I'm saying? At some point. So I mean, I just got an opportunity. I was actually growing hemp out in Newburgh, Oregon.
Oh, hemp.
I was growing hemp in Newburgh, Oregon. I was growing weed at the same time. I had a new place in Salem, Oregon that we rented out and was doing our medical grow there. And then I ended up in Newburgh somehow growing hemp. And then I had a young dude working for me, and he drove by this property one day, and said, "Man," he texted me and said, "I think I found what you're looking for." You know what I'm saying? As far as like recreational, getting into the industry. In the rec world, it was the license actually was attached to the property. So early on, when you got into the industry, when you got a production license, it was attached to a property. You couldn't move it.
Ah, got you.
So it was placed there. So you
Yeah.
have to
You got to stay there.
grow. You have to stay there. So when I bought the property, it was a production license attached to it.
Oh, you
So
bought the property with it already?
Yes.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
Nice.
Bought the property with the production license already
You
attached
said
to
you
it.
had what you're looking for. You really had what you was looking for.
Man, like bro, I'm telling you how everything came together.
Yeah.
It was meant to be. I'm gonna just
Yeah.
say it like that, bro. And even ended up with our retail store on 33rd in Alberta. I initially put an offering on one in Southwest Portland. Pretty much gave the owner what he was looking for, then he disappeared. I mean, for like a year.
Well, you say you gave him what he was looking for.
His offer.
You paid him?
No, we was
you
about to.
Okay,
we was
okay.
ready to go
Okay,
into
I was like, damn.
he told us what he wanted for it. We put in the offer,
Put in
was ready
the
to
offer,
go,
and
and
he
he kind of
disappeared.
just
Gotcha.
disappeared. And then somehow I get a call, and they tell me it's an opportunity on 33rd in Alberta. And I initially think it's a lie because that's we from there.
That's the area
I'm
right
like,
there.
ain't nothing on
Ain't nothing
33rd
over
in
there.
Alberta. Like,
Man.
what they talking about? Because it was already said it was a license there, and
I was already a shop there.
that's what they were saying in the advertisement. So I made the call and ended up meeting the guy over there. So it was cameras and everything already established, but it wasn't open yet. There was no, wasn't no. So he did the proper work to get the license established. But soon I walked out, I knew it was the right space. You know what I'm saying? It was 33rd in Alberta, man. Like,
Can't
are
beat
you,
that.
man? So so how that happened, you know, it was just everything was kind of falling into place. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, production license, processing license, both of those is in Newburgh, and then we got our retail shop on 33rd in Alberta, man, in the kind of in the heart of the city. You know, Alberta is cracking with black-owned businesses. So a lot of good energy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? A lot of new energy coming. They're building. You know what I'm saying? So it's a good situation, man. Like
That's dope.
it is. It's dope, man. Just to man, how everything happened, man. I'm you know I'm blessed. Um, you know you know these things how it ended up, man. It's just it just trips me out,
Yeah,
bro.
trips
You
you
know what
out.
I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because
Mhm.
if you it's just life lessons. You know what I'm
Life-
saying? It's
life
just
be
life
lifing.
lessons, bro. Life be
Mhm.
life, bro. So if you know, the older you get, the more experience you get to obtain, and you know, you do good, you do right, things go happen, and if you build it, you know, they will come
You build it,
eventually.
they will
You know
come.
what
Well,
I'm
I'm
saying?
building it, man. They still ain't came enough.
100. 100. But you got to be patient.
You gotta be
Patience is
patient.
virtue,
Yeah,
man.
you
Yes,
do,
the
man.
grind, the grind is real.
Ooh, it's tough.
You know, Portland's small, so
Yeah.
the support
Mhm.
ain't always gonna be there. You know what I'm saying? It's always gonna be a little envy, a little jealousy out
Yep.
there, instead of just
Mhm.
understanding that, you know, if we come together, we gonna be so much better. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So
Mhm.
it's just, but Portland's small, and
Yeah.
it's in the it's in the fabric of Portland. You
Mhm.
know what I'm saying?
It
So
is.
but
Yep.
if we understand it,
Yeah.
we
Mhm.
we can keep pushing for the
Keep
right
pushing.
thing.
Yeah,
You know
you
what I'm
gotta
saying?
keep pushing.
Because you know, I'm gonna support you as much as I can. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? And it just those, you know, you're starting to, you know, the right people are starting to,
Mhm.
you know,
Oh yeah.
come around. So you got my
Mhm.
guy Sam Thompson
Oh yeah.
involved. So
Yep.
that's
Mhm.
good energy.
Yep.
You know what I'm
Great
saying?
energy,
It's all
man.
about positive energy, bro.
Yeah.
Just keep that energy
Mhm.
around, and things are because, bro, listen, I'm the master grower.
Mhm.
I'm I'm never at the retail store because I gotta be growing the
Yeah.
product. You know what
Yep.
I'm saying? And it's a grind. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? It is a grind, man. Just the industry itself
Mhm.
is brutal, right? Because it's federally it's still cloudy.
Yeah.
We get taxed like we criminals. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, and the game is just dirty anyway. You know,
Yeah.
it's marijuana. So it's like
Yeah.
until it's, you know, and it's just, that's just what it is. It'll be like that until we figure out, you know, have a better understanding of it. You know what I'm saying? Because they just, the way they treat it, it's a brutal industry.
Mhm.
But only, you know, shit, only the strong survive. You
Only the
gotta,
strong survive,
you know,
man. You
so
can't give
that's what I
up.
say. We built different, bro. So
Yeah.
you know, I'm gonna fight the fight. You know what
Man.
I'm saying? I'm into it.
Came
You know
this
what I'm
far.
saying? Yeah. You know
That's
what I'm
where I'm
saying?
at
I'm
with it,
into
man.
it,
I
bro.
came this
So
far, man. I'm still
yeah,
fighting. I'm gonna keep fighting.
yeah,
They gonna have to take me out on the stretcher and in the body
yeah,
bag.
yeah. I mean, you providing something positive.
Yes, it
You know what I'm
is.
saying?
And
So
like I said,
it's a listen, we could get there together.
yeah, we're gonna do it, man. I ain't gonna,
we
like
could
I
get
said, I'm gonna keep
we could get
grinding.
there together,
Um,
bro.
I had a chance, opportunity recently to sit down. You know Jamal Lane, got the Champions Barber Institute
I know I
right
know
over
where
there.
Champions is. Yeah,
So yeah, man,
that's on Alberta, right? Is that
that's on Killingsworth,
Killingsworth?
Mid K,
Okay,
right by where Mid
Killingsworth.
K,
Okay, okay.
where Blockbuster used to be.
Yep, yep.
Yeah, right there.
Okay. Yeah,
So they
yeah.
got the Champions Barber Institute. So inside their barbering program, because it's a school, they have a business program. So now they're launching their business program separately from that. So they're
Okay.
doing a strictly business program, and they're
Barber
teaching.
for barber.
No, just for business
Over
now.
business.
I mean, they have
It's
the barber
strictly.
school. The barber school's
Okay.
still there,
Okay.
but I'm saying inside that they're teaching their students about business as well.
Got you.
So they're taking that business program and doing it separately, and they're offering it to different entrepreneurs.
Yep.
And so I linked up with them, man, and I got to sit down with them. I'm going through their program and see what it's about. And so I got to sit down with them, man, and I got some really good feedback from them on some stuff I'm gonna start doing. They're gonna send me, like I said, through their program, and so we're gonna see what happens. So I'm rebranding myself. I just, like I said, recently rebranded the show into the live show. Um, so man, like I said, you just gotta find something and
Hmm.
find a way to keep moving
Yeah.
and keep pushing forward. And so that's what I'm doing, man.
Yeah.
Um, The Highest Expectation. How'd you come up with the name?
Man, I was on the phone with one of my cousins just years ago, because we always, man, we, so we, you know what I'm saying, we've been in the fight a long time, you know what I'm saying, as far as, you know, growing weed and trying to sell it, man.
Yeah.
So we, you know, we talking about business, you know, one day, man, and then we just on the phone just coming up with all kind of names, you know what I'm saying, and then he say, man, highest expectation. I'm like, man, that's kind of nice, man. And then at that time, I was living in San Francisco with the family. See, I was living in San Francisco for, you know, since 2011.
Okay.
So I was always traveling back and forth doing the grow. So I was like, man, how can I put my little flip on that? You know what I'm saying? So I mean, literally one morning I woke up, man, and it was just like thanks. You know what I'm saying? Like thanks. Like I was like, how do I want people when they do come to the store, when they do purchase our product anywhere, you know what I'm saying? Because we're in other dispensaries now, so we're trying to brand and, you know, just get out there. And I was like, man, what, you know, how do I want them to feel? You know, what do I want them to say when they leave in the door? You know, just say thanks. You know what I'm saying? So I kind of added the highest expectation to it, and I did the expectation without the E, it's just the X, just, you know, so we can get the thanks. You know what I'm saying? So literally I just woke up, man, like 3, 4 in the morning. It was like, thanks.
Yeah.
Thanks. You know what I'm saying? I was like, at the time I was an athletic director and varsity coach in San Francisco. You know what I'm saying? So I was still working full time and still trying to do the grow thing. So I wanted to put my little mix on it a little bit. He was like, he wanted highest expectation, and I kind of threw the to make it thanks.
Yeah.
So just through conversation with fam, man, and just
No, that's tight. It's
just
catchy.
brainstorming.
It rolls off the tongue.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Just say thanks.
Those
You know,
few syllables.
Yeah, you know, we from
Yeah.
Oregon. You know, Nike, just do it. You know,
Yep.
just trying to find something to make the brand stick out. You know what I'm saying? You like be a little different, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? As far as our retail store, we try to have all the staff members wear THX gear. Wear THX gear just to be a little different. We don't put THC numbers on any of our flour, you know, just to be a little different. We don't have the jarred up product. You know what I'm saying? We kind of pre-package all of our stuff, so as you order it, it's kind of ready to go. You know, so we just try to be a little different. You know what I'm saying? And then our prices are just, you know, set prices. Ain't no you don't pay no taxes. You know what I'm saying? So all of our prices are equitable. You gonna be able to come in pretty much walk out with something. You know what I'm saying? So for me, my vision, you know, I want Portland. It's a community, right? You know, we still got Collins Corners, we still got Casey Market, we still got Joe's ongoing, you know, we still got Jack. So, you know, so we got those, you know, those staples. You know what I'm saying? So I want our retail store to become the community staple, bro. You know what I'm saying? Right. Just you know, we go offer you great product. You know, it's all tested, it's all healthy, it's you know what I'm saying? So it's we gonna try to take care of you and all, in everywhere we can. So that's important for me for the community to understand that. You know what I'm saying? Like we opened last year in February, and we didn't had about 2,000 bodies come through the shop, man.
Nice.
But I need to see more of my community.
More of the community,
You know what I'm saying? But like I said, I understand.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I don't get frustrated because I understand, you know. So but eventually
Yeah.
we go be that
off.
yeah, eventually we gonna be that store, you know what I'm saying? The whole community gonna meet up there and we go do what we do, you know. So yeah, man.
So are there many black owned dispensaries?
I know of 2 other people, Karanja
more?
Cruz, got
Karanja,
Green Muse, and then who's from Portland, that's my guy.
Yep.
And then my guy is from Louisiana. His name is Sherman. He got Exclusive Taste.
Okay, I've heard of that.
And then I think it's a young lady, Lovely, Bud Loves. I can't.
Huh.
That, but I know it's about 3 or 4 of us.
Yeah.
that
So
I know of,
yeah.
that has retail stores.
So are there any barriers you have to face? Being a black person in the industry.
Man, I mean, it's always a shocker, right? Like as far as licensing is kind of there's no faces to them until there's faces to them. I mean, like they got to come to your property and be like, oh,
Oh,
you're
yeah.
Jermaine Thompson,
Oh, yeah.
like
Oh, your brother.
yeah, you're like, oh, you own all these
Yeah.
licenses, like, oh, so it's like, but the no real barriers, because you just follow the process, and like, man, I bought a property with a license,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? So it was like, I got my foot in the door, kind of,
Yeah,
in
that
an
was impressive.
unusual way, you
Unusual
know what
way,
I'm
yeah.
saying? So that's difference when you're buying a license
Yeah.
from somebody and then actually going through the process and putting your
Yeah.
African American, so
Yeah.
it's like, I kind of skipped the line in that sense.
Yeah, nice. That's
And
a good
then
move.
with the rest of the licensings, I just purchased them.
So you got all 3 licenses. Tell me what's the 3 different licenses?
So retail store, of course, is the
Gotcha.
and then production is the growing of the growing all the weed, and then processing is I mean it's a you get to I love that license because you can create food products. You create edibles and cookies and gummies and chocolates and I mean syrup, and you can be it's unlimited access as far as like you could be so creative with that side. So we don't do edibles now, but we're gonna get into making edibles.
Get into making.
You know what I'm saying? Because for me, um, the experience is everything, man. Like I keep saying. So I understand now. You know what I'm saying? So you have to be, for longevity, to make it make sense, you have to be vertically integrated. You got to be able to control all your variables. You know what I'm saying? So I was growing my weed, which I still do, but I was dealing with wholesalers who's the middleman, who's gonna it's a good situation. It's always pros and cons. You know what I'm saying? As far as dealing with wholesalers, because they can sell it for you, but it's gonna be at a cheaper price. You know what I'm saying? It's not gonna be what you think you deserve for it. So in order to cut that out, you gotta open your own retail store.
Yeah.
You gotta be able to sell your product the way you wanted to sell it. You know what I'm saying? And then I was selling my trim, to other processors for a little bit of nothing. And I said, oh, that don't really make a lot of sense when I could keep it and turn it into, this. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, it's better to be vertically integrated, which means you just own all the licensing and you can create all your product and then you can sell it the way you want to sell it to your community. You know what I'm saying? Just the right way and make it equitable for people to come in because I ain't gonna say most dispensaries. A lot of people shop for discounts. You know what I'm saying? So, and that's big in our industry. But if you walk through our doors, we don't promote and market big time discounts. But if you come through our doors, you go get the biggest discounts. You know what I'm saying? Like it's to be understood. Like once you come in, you family.
Family. I did.
Part
I
of the
seen
family,
some
so.
family and friends discount.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? And 90% of the people is family.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like very few friends, everybody family. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man, you actually have to, I want to do this again with you.
Oh, yeah.
I want you to come to Newburgh and see the property. Like,
Okay.
you got to understand the grow. I got 3 grow rooms right now. One is named after my nephew, Deontay Strickland.
Oh, that was my guy.
The other one is named after my brother, Aaron JoJo Cowan. And then the other one is named after my best friend, Tyrone Manlove.
Okay.
Damn,
so that's crazy.
Yeah.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? So all of that was happening right about, just back to back years, bro. We was just losing all our close people, bro, on some tragedy things. You know what I'm saying?
Tragedy.
Like
Great tragedy.
You know what I'm saying? My pop Strick said, man, we can live another 100 years and never experience the shit our family experienced with that one. So it's like, but yes, the property means so much to me, man. Like, I'm out there every day. I get to be in this grow room. I get to grow this, be around. It's a good situation, man. You know what I'm saying? Just kind of just be out the way And then I dedicated, those rooms to my guys, man. And so it means, that's why it means a lot.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's what the like it's this is really for the community.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like we need to understand that. Like it's really for the community, man. Like you gotta really come out and support that. You know what I'm saying? Because it's just real. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta come to Newburgh, and we gotta sit out there and you gotta see, because we're also building. You know what I'm saying? Like continue growth is one of my models. Just continue growth, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
There you go.
So we're building, 2 new grow rooms, 100 lights apiece. You know what I'm saying? So we're building and growing, and we wanna we wanna brand and be one of those staples in the state of Oregon, man, and then be able to drop our brand in other states when they're ready. You know what I'm saying? So we building for the future.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We trying to build some real opportunities for people, man, and but all of that is about timing and being prepared for it. You know what I'm saying? And when you offer it, you want it to be right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
I don't smoke as much as I used to, but after my day is over and I get home, I got my weed pipe by the bed. I'm gonna hit the weed a couple times.
There you go.
When my day is over.
Yeah, you go. You go like that melted scoops, man. It's actually one of my favorites, bro. It's so yeah.
Yeah, I always wanted a plant just in my backyard, just so I can just go out, just let it grow, and just go out and pick me some weed off.
Yeah, you can get, you can do 4 of them. You can do 4 legally. Throw them in the. You can do 4, man. No problem. Just don't do more than 4.
Yeah.
There you go. I teach you and everything, bro. You already know.
Man, we're gonna take a quick break right here and get a message from our sponsor, GMP Podcast Group, man. And when we come back, we're gonna get right back into it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can do that. Yes, sir. We back at it. Naeem Hall, the Thorn City podcast guy. I got my guy Jermaine in the building, man, with THX, the Highest Xpectation. Man, what's this Oregon Leaf, the impact issue about? Tell me about this.
Yeah, we're the featured retail store of the month. THX on 33rd in Alberta. They featured us in the Oregon Leaf magazine this month. So, trying to brand us a little more and let folks know about us. The Leaf magazine is we got about 700 and some dispensaries in the state.
Okay.
Oregon Leaf, they're in about 500-600 of the stores. You know what I'm saying? So we was featured as the retail of the month, man. Thankful for that.
Yeah.
I appreciate the love from them for that. Feature retail of the month.
Yeah. So is there something you can tell me that people get wrong about running the cannabis industry?
Yeah, man. It's, I mean, people really think it's a money cow, right? Like they like, man, these dudes is making bread, man. So and it's like earlier I was saying too, it's one of those industries, right? Like, we know a lot of people that smoke, but it's not like people still almost gotta hide that they smoke, right? So everybody, you're not gonna treat a marijuana retail store like you go treat a bar.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? There's a difference. People go walk up in the bar freely, get their little drinks, and the bar go be packed. You know what I'm saying? But they don't treat marijuana not seen like that yet. You know what I'm saying? Even though it's under the same rules, OLCCs, but it's not. It's treated differently. You know what I'm saying? Like Everybody can't come to my retail store.
Everybody can't.
You know, just because there's some community involvement. You know, they can't be seen like that, which is understood. But it's so that's what I mean by being different. You know, in the bar, you can still be, you know, community leaders and still go to bars, and it won't be a problem. But
if they go to the cannabis, that's an issue. Really?
for some people,
For
it's
some
an
people,
issue.
that's crazy because
Yeah,
liquor is way worse than weed.
man, without question. You know,
Not
but
even a
it's
question. You gonna get high. You gonna go to sleep. You might eat a bunch of shit.
yeah, and you
You go-
you go feel a lot better.
You gonna feel a lot better. You
It's
ain't gonna go
medicine. It's
get drunk
medicine.
and then crash and kill somebody.
It's medicine.
It's medicine.
So but it's so that's to answer your
Yeah.
question. That's one of the things. And then people think it's a money. You have to put a lot of money into it.
Yeah.
And then if you know anything about the industry, it's a flooded industry here in Oregon, right?
Yeah, it's getting saturated.
So it's you gotta be built to last. Everybody ain't there's I know a lot of people that then bowed out because it just became too much for them. So there's a lot of little stigmas involved with the industry, and those are kind of like the main ones. It's not everybody not making money, everybody not millionaires. So it ain't fast money. You know what I'm saying? Most of the industry is still real. It's always that gray area.
Yeah, you
know
ain't
what I'm
buying
saying?
pounds and bagging up 10 sacks no more, huh?
You know what I'm saying? So, and then it's still one of those industries that's in the gray area, meaning
gray
the
area, yeah.
black market still dominates a lot of what we do.
Is there still a big black market?
Oh, it's unbelievable.
Really?
Because they want it that way almost. They make it seem like they crack it down on it. They put some bust in the paper every once in a while, but it's like if you really wanted to do something about it, you could do something about it. So that's a part of our industry too, because when we grew up, and a lot of people still do it, we just buy from our neighborhood weed. We just go get our. Most people don't even go to dispensaries. So that's a market you still compete with. So
So what are the? I wonder what the. I ain't buy no weed. I buy it. Like I said, I don't smoke as much. But I'll buy some weed every now and then. I'll buy an eighth. It'll last me fucking 3-4 months.
you buy it from the dispensary?
Yeah, I buy it from the dispensary. Yep. Yep.
So yeah, so it's
I always wonder. I wonder what the black market prices are these days.
Yeah, they go. They go be a little, not necessarily better, but you might get. I don't know, because I've been away from it for so long too. But it's still there.
It's still
you know
there,
what I'm saying?
yeah.
Because I got family, so
Yeah.
I understand that too. But it's like, so that's still there, right? So it's like, in order for retail stores to be really successful, you need you kind of have to temper that a little bit, right? Because you just want it controlled somewhat. You know what I'm saying? But shit, that's where we come from. That's the industry I come from, so it's understood.
Yeah.
But that's one of the problems with it.
Yeah.
And it's not necessarily a problem, but it's a problem.
It is a problem, yeah.
Like you
Yeah.
wanna, and then, we just get taxed. They really almost treat us like they're dope dealers. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's a lot of things that need to be fixed with it. But if you like, man, it's just money, money. That's how they that's how they treat everybody, and that's not the case for 90% of it. So
yeah, got you. What's the future for THX? Anything exciting on the way?
Yeah, man, I just mentioned it a little bit ago, but we're building for the future. You know what I'm saying? So what I got is a Tier 2 license for production. It allows me to grow up to 10,000 square feet of flowering space, and I get 10,000 square feet of vegging space. So flower, vegging is when the plant's growing, getting strong, getting healthy. Flowering is when it go in the flower and all the product grows on it. So right now we're only at about 3,000 square feet of our 10,000 square feet.
So you got room to grow.
So we're growing. So we're also looking into purchasing more retail stores. We want to be in every corner of Portland. For the most part, you know, we're already in the northeast. We want to be in the north, southeast, southwest at some point. So we still looking out for those type of situations because they come. It happens a lot now. A lot of people, you know, just bowing out. It's a tough industry. I keep saying, bro. So a lot of people is getting out of it because it's not what it seems. You know what I'm saying? So, but for us, like I told you, you know, we built differently. I understand,
Yeah.
you know, so I ain't in no rush, you know, I ain't in no rush like everybody else for the most part, bro. And I'm not money motivated.
Yeah.
I'm driven by something completely different. So it's like everybody's so money motivated. That ain't gonna last.
Yeah.
Cause you ain't gonna see it how you want to
it's gotta
see
be a
it.
bigger
So
purpose.
you gotta have a purpose, man. So yeah, so we're building for the future. We want to be, like I said, all throughout Portland. We want to be in other states at some point. We want to really brand THX, you know, like cookies, and you know, we want to be nationwide, man.
Yep.
You know, eventually in some other countries, you know, just you know, continue growth, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Continue growth.
Yeah. No, that's dope, man. As long as you're growing, man, you're doing something.
Yeah.
So, what any advice you would give someone trying to break into the cannabis industry?
Yeah, just be right-minded. You know, understand that everything in life takes time. You know what I'm saying? It's anything that come fast, you don't want it. You know what I'm saying? You want to be able to be able to have some real struggles. You know what I'm saying? You want to have some real adversity. You want to have some sleepless nights. You know what I'm saying? You just want to be it's a process. So anybody that's getting into the industry, you have to understand that you gotta be patient. You gotta be patient. You gotta be willing to put in the work. You know what I'm saying? If you think about any real, you know, profession, you know, doctors, athletes, cops, lawyers, years,
Decades.
Man, you gotta master what you're trying to become. You know what I'm saying? So if you have the patience and if you can understand that, you know, I would say welcome to the game. I'm always gonna help anybody that asks me for it in any way. You know what I'm saying? So everything is better with a team.
With a team, man.
You know what I'm
for
saying?
real.
Everything is better with a team. So, like I said, we're steadily building. I'm excited about being able to offer opportunities to our community at some point. So yeah, just, you know, be patient, be ready to work your ass off. You know, understand that hard work really does pay off. It ain't no overnight success. You know what I'm saying? You know, I've been growing since 2011, 2012.
Damn.
You know, and it's 2025. So, you know, that you know, that fight, that continued fight is real. And if you can get over the mountain, you go see a whole nother light. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah.
Man, no, that's dope, man. We definitely been wanting a marijuana show podcast.
Yeah, be dope.
Man, you know,
That'd be
we ain't
dope,
got one,
Mo.
so definitely
That'd be dope
definitely something we
because
gotta
it's
think about putting together.
yeah, you want to give people the knowledge.
Knowledge,
because it's brand new.
Yeah.
As far as recreational world, it's brand new.
Yep.
So you wanna educate the people as much as you can. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody's uneducated about the marijuana industry, right? You know what I'm saying? THC, everybody want to know THC numbers, right? That's not what you really, if you really understand marijuana, you want to know terpenes. You want to know the flavor and the taste. That's what you're going to be smelling when you hit it, because you're going to be tasting. THC, you can have some 13% THC that'll get you high as fuck, but they think they need 30.
Why is that?
It's an industry thing. It's one of those, black people run the industry. So when rappers talking about THC numbers, oh, we 30%, that's what they smoking. Oh yeah, we need that 30%. Like,
so
but
30%, that shit ain't even really that good.
It's good, but that ain't what gets you high.
That ain't what gets you you
Like
high.
I said, you can have some 13%. That's
Yeah.
gonna get you higher than the 30%.
It got
So
more
it's not.
terpenes in it.
It's the terpenes and the
Terpenes.
taste. You know what I'm
What's
saying?
the
Like that.
what's terpenes?
Terpenes is multiple different flavors. It's the flavors and the smells and the coloring and the, you know what I'm saying? It's really what you're after. You want to know those numbers
Yeah.
because you have to read it's a lot of different steps and
So where's
terpenes,
terpenes
but
come from?
that's just the flavor and taste of it.
Mm,
It's just part of the marijuana plant, just like THC. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So it's just part of it. But I love that idea because once you educate, and that's why we don't put THC numbers on our weed, because you wanna smell it,
Yeah.
and then you wanna smell it, look at it. If you're a boutique bar, you want it all shiny and sparkly, and then it smells great. That's how you go purchase your weed. It's your senses. It's your senses telling you this is what I want, not a number.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like we got some wedding pie that tests over 30%. But my Dirty Diana and my Rainbow Runts that test at 24, 18, 19, my Melted Scoops that took first place, one time that tested at 19%, the other time it tested at 24%. But it gets you high as hell, you know what I'm saying? So, and then once you smell that, like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah,
that
you
shit,
won first place. What'd you win first place in?
Melted Scoops, pre-rolls.
Pre-rolls.
At the Oregon Growers Cup. We was the first entry winners ever. In 10 years of the event, we was the first time ever entering the event, first place winners.
You laced your boy with some first place winner shit here, y'all. If you ain't know,
That's gold right there.
that's that'll get you
Melted
there.
Scoops.
Melted scoops. What
Melted
it's called?
Scoops. Melted Scoops. It's a cookies genetic.
Cookies. Oh, gotcha.
You know, so, but yeah, we grew it the right way, took care of it, and entered it into the contest and won first place, bro. First time ever entering, and we knocked it out the park. So, and that's kind of with my hands tied behind my back.
Yeah.
Once I get the gloves off, everything get better. You know what I'm saying? Like so yeah, I'm excited about the future, man. Just because for us, it's always continued growth. We want to be able to just provide, man. It's a lot of love that goes into being a grower. You know what I'm saying? I still hand water my plants. Most people do automated watering. I still touch everyone. You know what I'm saying? So it's a different type of situation, bro. Like our product always smell and taste great. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't even smoke nobody else's product no more. You know what I'm saying? Like
Why
for
would
real.
you?
Like and I got a lot of good buddies in the industry, man. But I know what I do. You know what I'm saying? I know where it come from. So that makes that's a huge difference. You know what I'm saying? So
what's the difference between indoor and outdoor? Do you grow indoor or outdoor?
we're all indoor.
Okay.
All indoor. So outdoor is just natural sunlight. You know, you just use the sun. No electricity bill.
Yeah.
That's the biggest factor.
Yeah.
No electricity bill. But the potency of the indoor product, it's a better looking product because you get this light on it 24 hours that doesn't change. The sunlight has these different spectrums. You know, at 4 or 5 during the day, it's hot as hell.
Yeah.
And then at night, you get a little bit of the spectrum. So when you have that consistency of indoor light on it the whole time, it makes it a little bit more, not even necessarily more potent. It's a better looking product because you can, like I said, you have outdoor weed that test at 13% that'll have you blown.
Yeah.
You have some greenhouse. So greenhouse is just. So that's initially what we had on the property was 2 light depot greenhouses. I could literally hit a button and it blacks out the whole greenhouse, or vice versa. I hit the button and open it to get sunlight.
Yeah.
So that's green. So it's 3 different categories: indoor, greenhouse, outdoor. Outdoor sells for the cheapest. Greenhouse in the middle. Indoor sells for the most. So that's the way I learned is indoor growing, right? So outdoor growing, I mean, you got to deal with bugs and mold and rain, or it rain like crazy. You know what I'm saying? So you can't. In the indoor, you can build and you can control the environment.
Controllable.
Yeah. So I could control the environment from my phone. You know what I'm saying? Humidity, CO2, light temperature, gas. I can control it. You know what I'm saying? So if I hit my phone and be like, oh, this room is too high,
Yeah.
I just hit a button and it turns it off or turns it on.
Yeah.
So it's just a controlled environment.
Gotcha.
Instead of dealing with outdoor, where it's, you can't compete with Mother Nature.
Yeah, you can't. She's undefeated.
Undefeated.
Man.
That's the biggest difference as far as and it's just a better looking product because the consistency of the lights on it
Gotcha.
the whole time.
Indoor, I mean not indoor. Indica. What's it? Indica, sativa, and
hybrids.
Is they all grown differently?
They
Or is
grown.
this
They
something you
they all
figure
they're
out?
all grown the same. That's just the actual indica is a heavier hitter. You know, sativa is the one that's kind of uppity. You can still kind of work and be active. Hybrid. Most marijuana now is hybrids, meaning it got indica and sativa in it. So, shit, 100% of the shit we grow now, it's hard to find 100% indicas now or 100% sativas. It's always 70, 30, 60, 40, 50, 50. You know what I'm saying? All
So is
hybrid
that something you figure
balance.
out once it's grown and you test it?
No, that's that. Once you buy the genetic, that's part of.
Gotcha.
You'll know it. It'll tell you if it's a hybrid, and most of them are. It'll fall. Most the stuff people grow in Oregon is on the indica side. Everybody want to get high as hell. You know what I'm saying? So they want this heavy indicas.
I don't even like getting high. I don't like getting loaded. I like
Right.
to get high. I don't want to get loaded.
You gonna love that. That's
know?
You just want to
Just
be.
get me high,
You want to be able to
you know?
do this still.
Yeah.
You don't want to be like, oh man, you know.
Can't
so
do
it's
nothing.
Yeah, you know. So little young knuckleheads still want that, but it's like, but I love that idea that you mentioned before for a lot of reasons, and mainly just to educate our community because you don't need to just, you know what I'm saying? You want to be high, but understand, you know, why you want to be high. You know what I'm saying? It ain't, you looking for the wrong thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's just education is important.
Yeah.
And it being a new industry for us, it's kind of good to start off in the right way. You know what I'm saying? You don't want all these different ideas about it and then find out later that, oh, this is not really what it is.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I love that idea for a lot of reasons.
Yeah.
You know.
No, that's tight. So yeah,
Most definitely want to be a part of that.
Yeah,
Most definitely want to be a part of that, man. And that'd be dope. Like that's something that's needed. I think it'd take off. You know what I'm saying? You can get some nice audience with it. You can, because you know NFL, NBA players, all of them can legally use marijuana now. They can support marijuana companies now. You know, so and they the ones that really need it. The athletes is the one that really need the medicine to get away from the other things. You know what I'm saying? So
and I
it's
think
just understanding that's crucial. It's crucial for our community, man, because our community go through so many aches and pains, you know what I'm saying? And if they just understood, if I go get this lotion and man, you know,
some damn pills.
Man, you know, so you know, marijuana is the industry we're up against it, man.
Yeah.
Just because it's a way bigger picture. You know what I'm saying? It's a way bigger picture. But you know, you're dealing with billion-dollar companies that don't like people like us growing this shit, bro. Like the real medicine from the earth. Like you know what I'm saying? So
Big Pharma don't like it.
Man, it's a way bigger picture. So that's why I say only the strong. So if you do it for the right reasons, if you do it for the right reasons, you go make it.
Yeah.
If you do it for I didn't seen it. I'm experiencing it every day. You know what I'm saying? Like if you're doing it for the right reasons, you gonna make it. I done seen a lot of people just bow out because they was in it for the wrong reason.
Yeah.
It ain't what you think it is. If your heart ain't there, like I'm one of the few owners and growers. Ain't no everybody that own it, the different skin color, and they just own it. They hire growers. You know what I'm saying? 98%. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody the owner and the grower. You know what I'm saying? Like, so you know, that makes us different. You know what I'm saying? Most of the owners don't have nothing to do. They just own it.
Yeah.
They got the money, so they own it, and they hire growers to do all their work. That's it, you know, so
man, that make a lot of sense. That's kind of why I started my podcast. At first I was like a podcast owner studio, but I'm like, man, I probably should have my own damn podcast. You know? And for me it was tough because I'm an introvert. I'm not a big talker. You my people, everybody see my shit now. Oh, you talk.
Then I did. I was like, you quiet as hell. You more quiet than me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was, so. But
no,
yeah,
it's
I
been
get
good
it.
for me, man, to open up and
That's
share a
dope.
little bit of my journey and,
Nah,
and
yeah, that's
try
dope.
and help some other people, man. Like you said, being in it for the right reasons, man. And so podcasting is really just marketing and advertising, man. So
Yeah.
it's all about creating brand visibility,
Yeah.
get in front of people. And
Yeah.
so content creation, you got to have content.
Gotta
you
have
know.
content.
It's becoming a utility.
Gotta
You
have
got to have a
content
podcast.
daily.
You're doing something, you got to have a podcast.
Yeah.
Because like I said, it's going to give you a chance to create your content.
Yeah.
Man, but how do people find you? Where's the store located at?
Man, we're right in the heart of the city, man. Alberta district, right at the end, 33rd in Alberta. Cool little black building.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we there, man. We there. We ain't going nowhere. We patient. When you ready, we go be there for you. You know what I'm saying? We go provide what you need. And also, I'm one of those people that I want to know when something is wrong. Like I ain't give me all the criticism in the world, man. You need this, you need that, you gotta have this. Like, yeah.
Don't hate.
Just make it make sense. You know what I'm saying? I take it back and make some changes. You know what I'm saying? I ain't mad at it. Like I ain't perfect.
Yeah.
I'm still learning how to
ain't
be
no
a
such thing
grower.
as
I'm still
perfect.
learning how to be a businessman. I'm still learning how to run a business. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I ain't nobody perfect.
Man,
I'll take it all. Don't be,
Yeah.
I ain't gonna take it in the wrong way. That's what
Yeah.
I'm saying. Don't hold something back because you're like, man, I don't want to upset you. Nah, give it to me how you go give it to me, and we'll figure that out. We'll figure it out later. But we not perfect. We wanna know what you want, what you need at our store. We want to know if something is wrong. We want to know if something is off. But yeah, we 33rd in Alberta, man. We here. We here for the community. We here for the community.
Man, so make sure y'all follow at THX33rd on Instagram. The website, thehighestexpectation.com.
Yes, sir.
Man, y'all make sure y'all go and check them out. Appreciate you coming through on me, brother.
Man, I appreciate you having me, man. I appreciate you having me.
We're gonna get down to grow up, man. We're gonna do that, man. We get together and man put a plan in motion to get a podcast going.
Yeah, that'd be dope.
I think the marijuana is so much. I think it's an easy way to find sponsorships for a marijuana show because you can go into all the parts, the growing people, there's so many tools and stuff you need, you know what I'm saying?
So many.
I believe we can find some sponsors.
Just strains alone.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's a lot of content.
Yeah.
It's a lot of good content, man. And then for us to be doing that with us being us is different, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like we had a Meet the Plug event with Miss Oregon.
Yeah, I heard about that.
And I met some cool people from LA, big music producers and Mr. Official from Atlanta, like those dudes, man, they didn't even want to leave the farm because they was like, man, they was like a brother.
Never seen no shit like this.
Yeah, they like this. They was like, man, we just want to stay here for a little bit, you know what I'm saying? Like, so that's huge.
That's huge.
Because it's not a lot. Like you said earlier, I know other people that own retails, but I'm almost 100% that I'm the only black person in the whole state of Oregon that owns 3 licenses.
You know what I'm saying?
Like,
proud of you, mother.
Yeah, appreciate
Man,
it.
I always tell people, man, it's tight to see people you grew up with as we got older, man, and see them find their lane and do their thing and do what they doing, man. So, that's always dope, man. And then to get them in here, man, to sit down and chop it up. And
I love what you're doing. I love what you're doing.
On some shit, man.
I was excited. I was excited to get in here and chop it up with you, bro. So, this is the first, but it most definitely ain't the last.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We go.
And then before we get out of here, I'm going to play my spotlight video. I popped up over there earlier and got some footage. And, turn the screen around for them, let them see a little video I put together. tight, man. I appreciate you coming
Man,
through.
all love. You already
Shit,
know, man.
That's tight.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Cuddy just called.
Sir. That's it, man. Y'all make sure y'all go tap in on the tap in, as my bro seasoning would say.
Mr. Thompson.
Turn this off. Tap in on the tap in. Smash that subscribe button. Tell a friend to tell a friend to like, share, and subscribe what we got going over here. We down here at GMP Podcast Studios, man, 2406 East Burnside Street, right here in Portland, Oregon, man. Portland's #1 podcast studio. I don't know if there's any other black-owned podcast studios. It's only a couple podcast studios.
There you
and
go.
what I learned is a lot of them are production studios where they started in music, but now they offer podcasting. Here, we're podcast studio, so we do podcasting here. You know, so that's what separates us. And
Yes, sir.
getting into some more. Like I said, I got to get my other stuff going. I got a podcast guy special going, man, coming. I'm trying to get more people in here to do live shows. We got the done for you. I mean, if you got a budget and you just need to come someone to do it all for you, man, we can do it all for you. And then of course we got the studio rentals, man, that you can rent it by the hour. So yeah, we just down here, man, trying to do it right. Not trying, we doing it right. You know what I'm saying? So come see us, man. GMP Podcast Studios, man.
Yes, sir.
Strict done coaching, man.
Strict done coaching. Finally, man, he was out, came back for the year.
Kill it.
Yeah, you kill it. Yep.
Yeah, he